Hi there, thanks for joining us. My name's Chris Gent and I'm here today with Dan Maynard. Now Dan is Head of Category for Data Center Infrastructure and Networking at Ingram Micro, and we're here to talk about Cisco and the opportunity for resellers just like you. So Dan, let's crack straight on. So explain to me, if you would, the Cisco relationship.
Yeah, certainly. So the Cisco and Ingram relationship goes back many years, well over 20 years. Ingram is Cisco's largest worldwide distributor. So on a global basis, we are in a massively strong position with them. I guess when you bring that down into the UK market, the relationship goes back well over 10 years. Cisco really recognised the breadth and strength of our SMB reseller business. We sell Cisco to a multitude of resellers, ranging from anything from just one switch right the way through to a more complex Cisco configuration. Ingram really recognises the benefits of Cisco. Cisco are number one in a number of the areas of technology that they focus on. And the opportunity that brings Ingram in terms of having Cisco as part of our vendor lineup is massive.
So many resellers, of course, will have been selling Cisco for years. Many might be, new kids on the block. So I suppose what's the message, and what kind of support can you provide to those existing resellers who want to build their business, and for those newer resellers who perhaps want to get into the Cisco environment?
The existing partners who are already selling some form of Cisco, the opportunity on Cisco is still massive for those guys. The reason for that is Cisco continually invest in research and development funds. A great example is a couple of years ago when they launched their UCS platform around the server market. All of that technology was built in-house, and the key to that is really that Cisco brings something new to the market that is unique to Cisco, but also equally offers to those existing resellers something that potentially differentiates themselves from some of their competitors into the end users. So existing partners making sure that they are selling a complete technology portfolio from Cisco is absolutely critical. As end users become ever more technology savvy, it's really important for resellers to recognise that there's a multitude of technologies that can be beneficial to those end users, and ultimately for the resellers to bring additional revenue streams to them. So I mentioned UCS. Cisco also have a fantastic collaboration portfolio ranging from simple IP phones right the way through to video conferencing and web conferencing. Again, a great opportunity for resellers to sell something slightly different to their end users that will bring real business benefits and overcome, I guess, ultimately business challenges to their end users. So existing partners really need to recognise the opportunity of selling the full technology stack. For new partners, a lot of those similar things still ring true for new partners. Cisco in most regions of the world and in most technologies are positioned as either number one or number two in the market. And so therefore it's critical for partners, if they really want to start promoting and be strong in that enterprise product arena, they really need to recognise the opportunity that Cisco can bring them. For them, that's from a revenue and profitability perspective, and also for their end users from a technology perspective. So it's really key that I think for new partners to recognise that opportunity and to potentially broaden their horizons beyond the current vendor portfolio that they're looking at, because I think certainly their end user guys will be looking at that already today.
And I suppose we've kind of ticked the Cisco box then. So what kind of additional opportunities can working with an Ingram and Cisco in partnership deliver out to the market?
As I mentioned earlier, the relationship goes back a number of years with Cisco, and I guess we as Ingram believe we're pretty expert in understanding some of the opportunities for partners with Cisco, but equally recognising sometimes some of the hurdles that those opportunities can sometimes create. So we have a wide range of tools, systems and resource available to partners to utilise. That can range from our professional services team, where we offer fantastic pre-sales and post-sale support. Our pre-sales team is massively strong in terms of all the relevant Cisco accreditations across all of their architectures. And also from a post-sales perspective, we absolutely have the same situation. So for partners who don't either have the technical resource today in-house, or if that technical resource is out on site at an end user already, partners can absolutely lean on us to get the support that they need in either that pre or post-sales arena. Alongside that, we have a massive level of resource from an internal Cisco specialist perspective and also from a BDM perspective. Those specialists are real experts in terms of understanding the different programs, promotions, opportunities for partners to make a little bit more money, be a little bit more competitive against the competition out there. From a BDM perspective, these guys are all about making sure that they're working in partnership with resellers out there to develop their Cisco business. Whichever of those technologies it may be that the partner wants to focus on, whether it be dedicated to data center, for example, we have specific BDM aligned to data center to drive that opportunity with partners. And that's covered from a technology and a commercial perspective to make sure that the partner really sees the benefit of being profitable with their Cisco business. Also, we have a fantastic marketing agency Ingram Micro, which is really all about working in partnership with resellers to further their marketing breadth and reach into their end user base. So that could be anything ranging from utilising some of the new social media marketing that's out there, utilising things like Twitter, things like LinkedIn, through to something as simple as making sure that their website actually does attract visitors and it's something that the partner can be proud of. So we've got a whole wide range of resources available for partners, and key for us is making sure that we really understand the partner's business to make sure that we put the right resources in front of them to further their opportunity.
We kind of touched on services there, and we also touched on margin. And there are some stats that 40% of revenues and some 70% of reseller profits are being delivered through services right now. So that's a great opportunity. So what kind of services can you offer, or Cisco services can you offer, and kind of the support behind it?
There's a variety of opportunities, I guess, for partners to make money on just the pure product side of things, but equally as businesses evolve and things like the whole cloud arena becomes more and more part of the framework for a number of partners out there to start recognising the revenue streams from. I guess a lot of that boils down ultimately to recurring revenue, that the longer that a partner can lock in their customers, the more revenue streams that they're going to develop. So from a Cisco perspective, they're offering from a service perspective around SmartNet, around SmartCare, around Total Care, allows partners to really engage with end users and make sure that they're tied in for years to come rather than just that one-off opportunity. So tying into the numbers that you looked at there, Chris, it's absolutely key for partners to recognise that they need to potentially move away from just that ultimately box shifting mentality and start to drive deeper and longer term relationships with their customers. So the Cisco offerings really allow them to do that. And the great thing about the Cisco offerings is it continues that brand recognition that Cisco, SmartNet, SmartCare can bring to the table for the partner. It doesn't rely on their own internal technical resource. It's something that can be passed on to Cisco, and it gives that real credibility into the end user base. Alongside that, Cisco also offer a number of other great opportunities for partners to look at locking in those end users for a long period of time. For example, Cisco Finance. It's a great opportunity for customers to have for partners to have a different conversation with their customers. That's all about not having to use that initial capex outlay. It's all about being able to offer something different. So looking at leasing options, etc. Again, locking in their customer for a period of time.
And the sense I get, I suppose, certainly from those figures, but from what you're saying, is that actually it's not just kind of rhetoric. I mean, you know, there's a lot of take up of these services within the reseller base. Is that
absolutely,
right?
yeah. We as Ingram ourselves have experienced fantastic growth in the services arena over the past few years. Last year we grew our services number by over 100%, just to give a great example of how much partners are ultimately partnering with Ingram and Cisco to grow their services business with us, but equally how much they're now starting to understand the importance of that message and ultimately starting to have more and more of the right conversations with customers. And I guess that's where, you know, Ingram with Cisco's support can really make a difference to partners, making sure that we make these things as simple as possible for partners to realise the revenue and profitability opportunities that things like services can bring to them.
So you're essentially, you know, the reseller is able then to sell the entire solution, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If there was kind of one element of the Ingram Cisco proposition that is absolutely fundamental, you think, to a reseller opportunity, to increasing margin, to growing business, what would there be?
I think, first of all, from a Cisco perspective, what I touched on earlier, that technology breadth across some of the absolute key technologies is crucial. I think the key message to partners is end users will always be looking at Cisco. So if you are technically and commercially competent around Cisco, it's going to create massive new opportunities for you as a reseller. From an Ingram perspective, our Fly Higher program and brand is absolutely critical to our success and equally to our partners' success. So we believe the framework we have in place will allow partners to cover their enablement from a training perspective, their professional services that they can offer to their partners, the resource we have to encompass the commercial and technical questions that may crop up from partners is all critical. And we believe that that framework is what will allow partners to be more successful on Cisco with Ingram Micro.
Thanks, Dan. Well, hopefully we've covered all those key elements of the Ingram Cisco proposition. If you want any more information, of course, you can go to your Ingram account managers or you can go to the website. Do check back with the website, because all of the promotions and incentives will be on there, and they do change, and we do want you to get the best deals. Thanks very much.